what is going on in Palestine and between the Iranian Israeli factions that really want to push for war.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that has been got going on for decades since 1948. I mean, right now Netanyahu wants to expand the war. He wants to drag United States deeper into the Middle East conflict. So his solution is let's bring the war to Lebanon and Iran. Let's start a wider regional war. Now, Iran and Lebanon, they're very calibrated because they actually do not want to have a war with the United States. They don't want World War III. But they also understand, they try not to play into Netanyahu's hand, but at the same time they have to respond because this
Right.
is a affront to their national dignity. They killed their guest in the national capital in Tehran. So Iran has to respond. I mean, for the people who are saying, "Oh, nothing ever happens," Iran is gonna back out. Look, to plan a military operation, it's not like you just snap your finger and go. You have to you have to scope out your target, figure out what their vulnerabilities are, and then you get your ducks line. You put your you line up your ducks in a row. Like it takes time. It takes time for a careful, calibrated response. It will take time. So another development that was going on is United States is trying to pitch this last ditch effort to have a ceasefire negotiation, and and this is what Iran and Hezbollah also waiting on. I mean, they're willing to give another chance, even though for sure, Israel and Netanyahu will try to scutter the peace talk because that's not what they want. That's not what they're interested in. Their interest is whitening the war. But Iran has been very patient. They have a lot of strategic patience. They're willing to give it another go to the ceasefire. But my prediction is that this ceasefire is going to fail because Israel really do not want to have a ceasefire and have a peace negotiation. So we're going to have to see what happens after this weekend, after this, the failed peace, which I predict will be a failed peace negotiation. And I don't know if you've seen on social media. I noticed lately it's really crazy on Twitter. Like I think Israel are finally taking notice. There's a lot of solidarity between the Black community in U.S. and Palestine, and lately there has been so many bots. All these accounts that's created after October, November 2023 are now they're coming out saying, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for Kamala no matter what because Palestine is not our struggle, right? Like that's not our concern. We have to worry about our struggle at home." And it's so blatant. I mean, it's like all these three-letter agencies are working on overdrive, trying to drive this wedge between the Black community and the Palestinian struggle because they saw the synergies. They saw like the real strong Black Palestinian solidarity. They're scared of it, so they're doing whatever they can to sabotage it. And this is why Kamala and Tim Walz, if you look at their campaign, they're right now they just try to steer as far away as possible from any talks about Middle East or any talks about policy. If you look at their platform, it's policy free. It's like zero policy. It's like their campaign video is basically Kamala Harris going to Tim Walz and ask him about Middle Western food, and they discuss how people in the Middle West don't eat spicy food. It's like all vibes. The entire campaign is running on vibes, and they're just trying to act themselves like, oh, we're like we're not crazy. Like, vote for me. But the scary thing is, like a lot, according to the poll well, if the poll number are to be trusted, then Kamala is showing us lead. I mean, the strategy looks like it might be working. This is why last time we met, I said, there's still 3 to 4 months to the election, and a lot of things can happen in 3 to 4 months, because three months is like an eternity in the American election cycle. Anything can happen. Like Trump, he's not doing himself any favor, of course, and like every time he opened his mouth, he's not doing himself any favor. So we're seeing this really like a rerun. I mean, the whole now a lot of people, Democrats, are pretty confident Kamala Harris is going to be the next president. I mean, they're already acting like Hillary Clinton, back in 2016. start congratulating themselves. But I think the jury is still out, because 3 months is a long time. I'm really surprised how quick Trump campaign seemed to run out of steam right after his failed assassination. Because if the election had been held on that day, right after the day he had a close call, he would have won. But today, now it looks more iffy. Like the Democrats, I have to give it to all the Democratic heavyweights like Pelosi, Obama. They knew what they were doing. They knew Biden was a liability. Anytime you put Biden in front of the camera, and everybody's like, no, we don't want 4 more years. And so they're like, okay, Biden has to go. And we put Kamala, who just laugh a lot and make all these vacuous statements. But guess what? It's hard for people to hate a dumb person, right? If she's just, I don't think she's dumb. I don't think she's dumb at all, because for anybody who rises to her position, you can't be dumb. And I think she's putting on an act, because I look at her public speech before she became vice president, including public speech she gave during the Democratic primary. She was very forceful speaker, and she's all like, I am law and order, I will impose law and order, and like she was talking all like that. And of course that didn't win any favors, because people knew she was a cop, right? I mean, like, we're not voting for a cop. And then so she totally changed her strategy after become VP. She just laughs a lot, talks about coconut, and like you can't. It's harder for you to hate someone like a dumb airhead than you can hate a cop. And I think that she's playing us for suckers. I mean, I think she's putting up front, and it's working actually, and it's working. So I mean, like right now, the Democratic Party, they're doing what they always do, is trying to browbeat their voters to vote for them. Like why don't you? If you don't vote for us, it's gonna be Trump, and it's gonna be it's gonna be hell, and you have no choice but vote for us. And they're trying to distance themselves as far away from the Palestine issue. Of course, Kamala didn't do herself any favors when she opened her mouth, just like Trump. I mean, right now, the two candidates are all almost like running the campaign for each other. Like every time they open their mouth, they're making the other candidate looks better. Like Kamala when she was at her rally, and all these students protesting for Palestine, trying to hold her accountable, and she's like, shh, I'm speaking now, right? Like, so very condescending. She's like, if you want to vote for Trump, just say it, but I am speaking now. And all the clapping seals in the audience are like clapping, and then they actually put a t-shirt. Now they have a t-shirt with a Kamala poster and say, I am speaking. Stephen King just posted a picture of himself wearing the shirt with Kamala saying, I am speaking. They really think that's like a powerful girl boss, like an icon. They really think that's how they're going to win the voters. I mean, it's it's not a good look, but the people who are voting for Kamala, they're of a demographic that's so out of touch with today's events and with today's young people. They really think they can do the same thing and win. So back to Palestine, I think if you look at what U.S. actually did, not what U.S. say. Confucius say, listen to what they say, but watch what they do. If you look at what U.S. is now deploying a lot of military hardware They're moving another aircraft carrier battle group. Um, because they're worried. They are worried that Iranian and Hezbollah retaliation is coming, and they know Israel alone by itself won't be able to fend for itself. And this is what they did last time during the Iranian missile counterattack. That the U.S. and the NATO warships, they use their air defense to help Israel to shoot down missiles, because the Iron Dome, we talk about, like, they always talk about the Iron Dome. Oh, it's invincible, but the problem with the Iron Dome is it's bullets shooting bullets. They're using missiles trying to
Mhm.
shoot down incoming missiles. Well, guess what? Iran and Hezbollah, they have tons of missiles, and like,
Mhm.
it's just a matter of numbers.
Let's see if we lost. Did we lose? I think we lost Carl. I think we lost Carl for a second. Everybody. And I have Real Truth Talk is going to join us, and he's in the chat right now. He's going to join us.
Okay.
Carl, there you are. You're back. Finish saying what you were saying, Carl.
Yeah, it might be some internet issue with on my end. Um, and the with the Iron Dome, it's the whole physics of Iron Dome is they're using missiles to shoot down missiles. You're using bullets to shoot down bullets. But guess what? What if you run out of bullets, right? I mean, what if they shower you with tons of missiles and totally overwhelm you? And this is what we saw in the past week. Hezbollah missile, they fire a barrage of Grats missiles toward Israel, and they all landed. And people are saying, oh, this is because Israel let that happen, because they know those Grats missiles gonna land in empty fields. It's not gonna hurt people, so they're trying to use Iron Dome when it's necessary. But that's the whole point, So they know they're gonna run out of ammunitions if they try to shoot down every incoming missiles. And Hezbollah and Iran, they have enough missiles to overwhelm the Iron Dome system. And this is why U.S. have to move their armada into the region to help Israel to make up for the deficiency in the Iron Dome. But even the U.S., their missiles going to be limited. I mean, like, and we're talking about asymmetric warfare here. The Iranian, Yemeni, and Hezbollah missiles, they don't cost much, Whereas those Patriot missiles, they cost a lot. They cost a lot. I mean, even though U.S. can print money like crazy, but a billion here, soon you adds up to real money. I mean, like that. So, and besides, we all know the U.S. military industrial complex is actually not up to the task to fight a real war. They can fight, like, maybe have enough to go to places to fight goat herder in Afghanistan, but they don't have the military, they don't have the industrial capacity to replace all these air defense missiles that's going to be very quickly depleted if a real conflict break out with Iran and Hezbollah. So we're all waiting to see what happened now after this weekend. If something happened, then we should be back to talk about it. So, but now we're just waiting for how Iran will respond in a calculated and calibrated manner to put Israel on notice that their misdeeds will not go unpunished, but at the same time trying to avoid broaden the conflict into World War III.